trapped in Birmingham. Attempting to traverse to Atlanta without a vehicle presented a formidable challenge. Unable to afford a bus ticket, I navigated the downtown, where the vibrant party district throbbed with life. Seeking assistance from anyone willing, I approached to promising individuals at a country-themed whiskey bar. Initially aloof, these line workers eventually divulged their journey to Atlanta for work the next day. Their van, laden with tools but lacking proper seating, served as my makeshift transport. Despite my attempts at conversation, an eerie bitterness enveloped them, compelling them to order my silence. With vague directional knowledge and growing skepticism, we deviated from the highway, ostensibly for gas. As minutes passed, the situation darkened. The van ventured onto a country highway, then a dirt road, and eventually came to a halt. Voicing my suspicions, I was abruptly dragged out, subjected to a brutal assault, stripped of my belongings, and discarded in a ditch. Left stranded, I followed the dissipating dust until reaching civilization, only to be met with the cold embrace of arrest for public nudity. Though not my first encounter with law enforcement, it afforded me shelter before nightfall. The perpetrators, devoid of identifiable details, escaped accountability. In Alabama, where such injustices persist, survival became paramount. Released weeks later, I began anew, enduring 3 more months in Birmingham until finally securing the means to leave, promising never to seek rides in that city again. Yet, despite the hardships and injustices faced, I persevered. Leaving Birmingham behind, I embraced a new chapter with determination and resilience. The scars, both physical and emotional, served as a testament to my strength. In Atlanta, I found solace and support from those who empathized with my plight. The city offered opportunities for growth and healing, gradually erasing the painful memories of that ill-fated journey from Birmingham. As I rebuilt my life, I became an advocate against racial injustices, hoping to make a difference for those who face similar challenges. While the scars remained etched on my body, they no longer defined me. Instead, they became a symbol of survival and tenacity. I learned that even in the darkest moments, one can find the strength to overcome and rise above. Birmingham may have been a battleground, but Atlanta became my sanctuary, a place where the echoes of the past could be replaced with the promise of a brighter future. Once again, the series of chilling tales my mother shared about lone women in distress urged me to sign up for AAA when I began my driving journey. 4 years, I didn't encounter any issues until my solo road trip from Ohio to North Carolina. Unfortunately, the AAA assistance I relied on proved less helpful than anticipated. During my journey to visit my long-distance boyfriend, I faced a predicament. 3 hours away from my destination, I stopped at a gas station in West Virginia. Unbeknownst to me, I chose an exit with minimal facilities, and my troubles began when I ran over an object, causing my front tire to leak air. With no spare and a broken air pump at the gas station, I called AAA for help. To my dismay, they informed me that the nearest assistance wouldn't arrive for another 5 hours. Due to the remote location, as darkness approached, I explored alternative options, considering borrowing a spare tire from my boyfriend. However, the logistics were far from ideal, and darkness loomed over the prospect of changing the tire in the night. In a moment of contemplation, a man from the gas station approached my window. His disheveled appearance and missing teeth raised immediate concerns, but desperate times called for desperate measures. Reluctantly, I rolled down my window, and he offered assistance, claiming his brother owned a nearby car shop. Skepticism lingered, but with limited choices, I decided to take a chance. Inside the gas station, I made a purchase with my credit card to leave a trace if needed and kept a stun gun close. Despite my reservations, I let the man into my car, Maintaining a cautious demeanor, as he directed me down the road, he asked probing questions, raising red flags. The short distance turned into an unexpectedly long journey, heightening my unease. Upon reaching the mechanic shop, the man's behavior took a bizarre turn. A confrontation between him and the mechanic unfolded, revealing a tense situation. The mechanic fixed my tire, but treated me like a nonentity, acting as if he was under surveillance. Eventually, I hit the road again, leaving the mysterious encounter behind. Reflecting on that day, I questioned my decision to trust a stranger. However, the twist in the tale was the unmarked police cruiser across the road, revealing that law enforcement had their eyes on the dubious characters. Every time I recall that day, gratitude fills me for the invisible protection that led me out of a potentially perilous situation. It serves as a stark reminder that, sometimes, even in moments of vulnerability, fate may intervene to guide us safely away from the shadows. As I continued my journey, the unsettling encounter lingered in my thoughts. Questions echoed in my mind, wondering what would have transpired if I hadn't glimpsed the unmarked police cruiser across the road. Fate had intervened, steering me away from potential danger, and I couldn't help but count my blessings. Arriving safely at my destination, I shared the chilling experience with my boyfriend, and together, we reported the incident to the local authorities. The police confirmed that the individuals involved were indeed under investigation for illicit activities, and my fortuitous escape played a role in building their case. The incident left a lasting impact, prompting me to be more cautious on future road trips. My mother's cautionary tales took on a new significance, serving as a reminder of the importance of vigilance and the unpredictable nature of the road. In the end, the months of horror stories I had heard became more than cautionary tales. They became a testament to the resilience that can arise when intuition and a stroke of luck converge. The road may be fraught with uncertainties, but sometimes, against all odds, the unseen forces align to guide us safely through the darkness. I endeavored to embark on a woodland trek outside the town. Unfamiliar with the area and lacking a companion, I ventured forth with the belief that all would be well as long as I adhered to the designated trail leading back to my starting point. My intention was not to camp overnight, so my backpack remained light, carrying only the essentials. To my dismay, enraptured by the scenic beauty, I found myself ensnared in the labyrinth of woods. Anticipating a 5-mile loop to consume a mere 2 hours, I discovered, after 4 hours, that the dense foliage still surrounded me. Neglecting to scrutinize the trail map initially, the markers proved futile in guiding my way. Attempting to seek aid via my phone, I encountered a frustrating lack of service, and the glitchy GPS failed to provide an exact location. Persisting through the woods, my anxiety escalated with every passing hour. After a harrowing 6 hours, devoid of trail markers for miles, the realization dawned I was genuinely lost, and panic set in. As darkness descended, I overused my phone in an attempt to establish a connection or glean a hint from the map. The battery teetered on the brink of depletion, leaving me with the last piece of information: a road a couple of miles north of my location, armed with only a flashlight and compass. I navigated through the brush and bramble in the dark, eventually emerging onto a highway clearing after over 8 hours since my hike commenced. Relief washed over me, but I understood that I was not entirely out of the metaphorical woods. Attempting to lighten the mood, I contemplated transforming my hike into an impromptu hitchhike. The night, shrouded in darkness save for the stars and a quarter moon, witnessed the arrival of the first car after 10 minutes. Thwarted by the passing vehicles, a truck eventually halted. The driver, a crusty country bumpkin, agreed to take me back to the trailhead. Observing a shotgun protruding from the cushions and despite the overpowering stench of liquor on his breath, I dismissed my concerns, assuming that rural residents often carried firearms. Engaging in small talk, we exchanged fake names, Jack for me and Jonah for him, trusting that Jonah knew the way. I remained oblivious to the gravel driveway we turned down. Jonah's demeanor took a peculiar turn, as he uttered cryptic statements about entertainment, eventually revealing that his family awaited my arrival. Suddenly, the situation escalated. The door refused to open, and Jonah's sinister intentions became evident. Held at gunpoint, I was coerced to follow him toward his trailer. The nightmarish ordeal unfolded as I grappled with the realization that my life had taken a terrifying turn. With Jonah's shotgun pressing against my back, I walked toward the ominous trailer. Panic surged within me as I considered the unimaginable fate that awaited inside the trailer. His family's hollow gazes and eerie expression sent shivers down my spine. Jonah reveled in the twisted game he was playing, announcing that I was there to entertain his family for an unspecified duration. Fear and desperation consumed me as I pondered ways to escape this nightmarish scenario. Jonah's threat, combined with the chilling atmosphere of his trailer, fueled my determination to break free. Summoning every ounce of courage, I seized an opportune moment as Jonah momentarily let his guard down without warning. I darted to the left, sprinting toward the woods, my heart pounding in my ears. The deafening blast of Jonah's shotgun followed, and searing pain coursed through the right side of my body. Despite the agony, adrenaline fueled my escape. Propelling me through the dark forest, I refused to succumb to the pain, focusing solely on putting as much distance as possible between myself and that malevolent trailer. Hours passed as I navigated the dense woods until, miraculously, I stumbled upon another property. Desperation led me to knock on a stranger's door, and though met with suspicion and a shotgun, they eventually offered assistance. After enduring hours of pain and bleeding, I reached a hospital. Luck had spared my vital organs, but embedded shotgun pellets served as a haunting reminder of the perilous night. Having narrowly escaped the clutches of Jonah and his deranged family, I vowed never to venture into the woods again. High school memories of track and field became my solace, and I chose the safety of familiar terrain over the unpredictable wilderness.